What's up, guys? Maestro Megatron here. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is some of the best moments of Jason X. Yes, Jason Part 10, Jason X, that was made in 2001 but wasn't released here in the United States till 2002. This was a surprise for us Friday the 13th fans because we didn't hear a damn thing about this movie coming out until it was actually released. We had already knew and heard that Freddy vs. Jason was being made and was going to be released prior to this movie coming out, so that's what we were looking forward to because we've been looking forward to that movie back then for over 10 years. And while we were waiting on that, boom, surprise, here comes Jason X. Again, released in 2002, directed by Jim Isaac, written by Todd Farmer, who also starred in it, as well as Lexa Doig, Lisa Ryder, and over half the cast, minus Kevin Sorbo of the popular space series back then, Andromeda. So it was basically Andromeda meets Jason Voorhees. But yeah, we weren't expecting this movie. It came as a big surprise. Boom, there it was. But it's not a great Friday the 13th movie. It's not a great sequel, but it is a fun-ass movie to watch. It brings back Kane Hodder for the fourth and final time playing Jason Voorhees. It's set way in the future in 2455. Yes, it is in space. Everybody knows that by now. It's the beginning of it. I mean, a lot of the parts are far-fetched, but it's just a good sci-fi horror, fun-ass watch movie that if you haven't already checked it out, please check it out. But it's set in 2455, starts out in the Camp Crystal Lake Research Facility. I guess way in the future we have a Camp Crystal Lake Research Facility, an infamous camp where over 300 some people died throughout the decades, but we've got a Camp Crystal Lake Research Facility. But the beginning of it, they've actually got Jason Voorhees held prisoner in this facility. He's chained up, the security guard's staring at him, and this is a cool moment. His one eye, good eye, looks over at the security guard and starts staring at him and squints. He wants to kill this guy, but Jason's chained up, like I said. Security guard goes over and throws a blanket over top of his head and says, "Stare at this for a while, you ugly bastard." It's a great beginning. What they planned on doing at this facility is the military and the government, of course, want to use Jason and studying him some more instead of actually trying. He actually was planned to be put to death. But the government wants to keep him around because, like the government official tells Lexa Doig's character, his ability to reanimate lost tissue and stay alive, he's just way too valuable to kill. So they make the mistake of keeping Jason alive instead of killing him there at the facility. So when they get back, it's actually the security guard that's chained up where Jason is. I don't know how the hell he did that, with the blanket over him, and then Jason is loose and he kills all the government and military officials. It's a badass beginning. Lexa Doig gets away. What they were going to do is freeze. They were going to cryogenic freeze Jason, and since they can't kill him, they tried firing squad, they tried hanging him, they tried electrocution. Nothing kills Jason. Of course, you've seen the sequels. Yeah, not even nobody could kill the damn guy. So they're going to put him in a cryogenic freeze. Lexa Doig is the only one that lives of the massacre of him getting loose at the beginning. She lures him into the cryogenic freeze chamber. He freezes, but she gets stabbed, so she's frozen. The cryogenic freeze liquid releases out into the room, so she gets frozen, and it's eons and eons later. It's 2455 in a space colony. The cast of Andromeda finds Jason frozen as well as Lexa Doig, and they bring him back on board of their ship, which was a big mistake, and start to thaw out Jason. There's some good scenes, some good moments. It's a far-fetched Friday the 13th movie, like I said, but it's a great watch. It's fun. Grab you a beer, grab you some popcorn, grab you a Heath bar, grab you a Twix, grab a Snickers if you're in a bad mood, and sit down and watch Jason X. One of my favorite moments is when Jason is loose and unfrozen and starts killing people. There's a Marine unit led by Bronsky, who plays a good part. That's a good character in it too. They go after Jason, and and they're hunting him down on board the ship. and he's killing them one by one. He's killing all the Marines one by one. That is a good scene. Those are some good moments. It reminds me of the movie Aliens from 1986, but it's not Aliens from 1986, by God. But it kind of reminds me of that when the Marines go in there to kill the aliens, and they're getting ripped, they're getting ripped out and taken down and burned down and killed one by one. So that scene reminds me of Aliens a little bit. That's the closest thing to Friday the 13th we'll ever get to a high caliber movie like that. But some good moments, like I said. And here's a good fun fact for you. Like I said, this is the last and final time Kane Hodder plays Jason, besides in maybe a fan film here and there. But anyways, that's a whole nother video. But this is the one time, besides Tommy Jarvis killing Jason in the final chapter, this is the one and only time that Jason actually gets killed. Lisa Ryder, who plays the android KM, her creator, gives her an upgrade, gives her an upload, turns her into a fighting, killing android machine. She actually beats the shit out of Jason, if you remember this scene, and then shoots him right in the head, hockey mask and head and all, explodes, and he's dead. So this is actually one of the very few movies where Jason successfully freaking died, got killed. Besides Tommy Jarvis, like I said, and the die. Not like Dr. Loomis, sorry. Die. There you go. That's what Corey Feldman sounded like in final chapter. But yeah, KM, the love bot / killer android, successfully killed Jason in this movie. And then a really cool moment, probably one of the best moments in this movie, is the creation of Uber Jason. Steel mask, steel metal chrome mask, made out of metal and chrome. Because they got a, I guess, a 2455 on board this ship, they got a regenerated mechanism machine that regenerates a human body, lost body parts, because the one kid, Azrael, gets his arm chopped off by frozen Jason, which that's a whole nother good moment right there. They regenerate his arm, so hell, Jason gets regenerated after KM blows his damn melon and hockey mask to smithereens and turns into Uber Jason, and pretty much he is unstoppable at that point. To me, you put Uber Jason up against Freddy, Michael, I dare say Ghostface, because my little 9-year-old niece could kill Ghostface, little weenie ass. But put Uber Jason over any slasher villain, and he will definitely come on top on that one. So if you guys ever seen the movie, if you haven't for some odd reason, at least check the movie out for Uber Jason, because Uber Jason is a badass son of a bitch. Another great moment is on one of the virtual reality scenes. They're trying to buy time to figure out to kill Uber Jason, and they put him in a Camp Crystal Lake setting, and there's two girls. We're smoking pot. We're having premarital sex. Uber Jason goes after him because he believes it's real, but it's just a virtual reality scene. They crawl in sleeping bags, and he starts slamming the sleeping bag on top of the other sleeping bag on top of the other girl. It's pretty damn nuts. It's pretty damn crazy. That is a good moment, and that is an ode to Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood, the sleeping bag kill, where he slams the chick in the sleeping bag up against the tree and smashes her to smithereens, smashes her to complete and total mashed potato shit. But yeah, that's a great scene right there. The virtual reality scenes where it's actually set in Camp Crystal Lake, that's a great moment. Jason finally, the ending's kind of hokey, kind of corny. Brodsky, who they thought was dead, he gets regenerated from the regeneration machine that makes Uber Jason, and Jason is floating back in space, trying to get back on the spaceship, and Brodsky put on a spacesuit, blocks him, and they go off into the space hemisphere, and they burn and get incinerated in space. And in the very end, you think it's a shooting star, but it's really Jason, and it falls down into Camp Crystal Lake, where two camp counselors, as usual, and it's set back in 1980, is getting ready to get it on, and then it basically makes you think that it's starting out the original Friday the 13th from 1980. Anyways, this is a good, fun watch. That's all my time. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you love this video, subscribe to the channel, become a member of the channel. Anyways, that's my time. Stay spooky, stay scary, and watch out for the boogeyman and Uber Jason.